Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another vlog. First, I need to go get some coffee. Much better. So now it is 12:15. I have you right by the monitor so I can keep an eye on Ava. So I'm going to turn that down. I did just put her down for her nap, so we'll see. It's a little bit early, but she was tired, so hopefully she takes a nap. Her sleep has been all over the place. I know I say this in like every video, or it feels like I say it in every video. But we were just pretty busy the past almost full week now. It's just been a busy week. You know, there are about 3 or 4 days in a row that she wasn't napping, or her nap would be really short, and we'd have to wake her up, and we were just pretty busy. So I thought maybe I'd put her down a little bit early. It's 12:15, so we'll see what she does. So as you saw, I did crochet 2 cats this morning. I am in full market prepping mode. I have this little notebook. I have so many little notebooks that I just kind of like jot ideas and stuff down. I have another one that I like to use, but it's kind of funny, but it doesn't open up well, so it's honestly kind of annoying to write in it. So I just got this one at the dollar store because it's just a spiral bound. So it's just easy for me to open and close it, set it down, write on it. So last night before going to bed, I did write down everything that I want to get made this week. Now, I'm going to give myself a lot of grace because with crocheting, I like to crochet. I mean, obviously I make stuff that like I kind of need to make, like the, maybe more not fun parts of having a, business or doing markets, of doing things that maybe aren't quite the funnest, but they have to be done. Like baby sharks are my #1 bestseller, probably tied with turtles, but baby sharks, they don't take that long to make, but they're just one of those annoying products to have. I don't know, so I'm kind of like putting that off. But those things, like, I feel like I kind of have to make because it is worth it on the other end. When I do sell out, it's like, okay, that was worth it, all the time and stuff. But yeah, so there's that aspect of doing things that maybe aren't the most fun. So I do kind of give myself grace because when I do sit down to crochet, I kind of look at what needs to be made, and maybe I say, okay, during Ava's nap make this, but then I sit down during Ava's nap and I think I don't really want to make that. I want to make something different. So I give myself grace and leeway in that aspect of it. But for this week, I wanted to make 3 cats total this week. I'm only going to bring, I think, maybe 6 to this market. I feel like that would be definitely a good number. They sell, but it might take the full 2 days to sell all 6 of them. So I don't think I'm going to bring much more than 6. So I made 2, so I thought my goal this week was to get 3 total. So I might just go ahead and crank out another one right now, get that made. Something else that I wanted to share as well. Okay. Also, as you saw, because I did put it in the video this morning, I put in a table in my room up here. So I wanted to get a desk, but I didn't know if I wanted something permanent like that because this room also is a guest room. We tend to have a lot of people stay with us frequently enough that having something permanent like a desk, I don't think would work well. Also, there's not much space in here, but what I did this morning, because I was really wanting some place to just kind of, I don't know, sit, have all of my things, have a place to put my coffee, have a place to like do some work. I don't know. So I felt like a desk would be better. But anyways, I just got one of my craft tables, a folding table. I use 4-foot folding tables just because they fit in our car. If I were to get 6-foot, they wouldn't fit in our car with Ava. So like the cars, when we go to markets, like it's full. I'm not bringing like a ton of stuff. Like I have like bookshelves and things like that. But yeah, because of Ava's car seat and all of the things, and me and my husband, so the car gets very full. So I wouldn't be able to add a 6-foot table anyways, but the 4-foot works perfectly fine. So I just brought up one of those folding tables. I brought up my chair that I use at craft markets. So it works just fine. Aesthetically, maybe not so great, but it works, and that's totally fine. I ordered these things from Amazon. Just some small storage bins that I can kind of put maybe my eyes in or my crochet things, because right now all of my like notions, I don't know if you would call them notions, are just kind of like all over, so I thought maybe organizing them would help. So we'll see. Also, this might be my last market, at least for the summer. I don't know. I haven't looked into any like indoor markets. I don't know if I'll be doing outdoor markets, but as of now, this is like my last one for a little while, so I didn't want to invest in anything new for this last market. That was kind of random, didn't really correlate to the desk, but I did get this table, so I think that would be very helpful to just kind of put everything in. I can like have my coffee, I can have, I have my iPad up here that I use for my patterns. Someone's calling me. I have had the same number call me every single day. They don't leave a message. It doesn't say spam or unknown caller. I don't know who it is. So they have called every single day. And it's getting annoying. I should probably just block them. What I wanted to share is I decided to bring in some new products to this next market. So I have a market April, I think it's the 14th and 15th. Let me just pull it up real quick. It's at the St. Augustine Beach at the pier if you are in the area and you want to come. It is the 12th and 13th. So April 12th and 13th. So Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5 Saturday, 10 to 4 on Sunday. So I still have like 3 weeks now, a little bit less than 3 weeks. 3 weeks from yesterday, but I thought I would add in some new products, so I thought I'd share. Keychains. I'm going to set them down here. Keychains have been something in the back of my mind for a very long time, and I just thought, I'm not really going to sell them. I don't really want to make them. I don't know what I would make with them, blah, blah, blah. Well, cut to this past weekend, I was with my sister, and we were talking, and I was looking on Pinterest, and I thought, why not add in keychains? So I did. So I thought I would make some turtle keychains. So this one, I did put the keychain in the middle of the shell. I did that about half of them going forward. I'm going to put it on the tail. But I thought I would make some turtle keychains because turtles are my best sellers. Like I said, tied with baby sharks. But like, you know, normal products, turtles sell out the first and the fastest. Like they're just, people love the turtles. I thought a keychain, a turtle keychain would be so cute. So I'm going to bring a whole bunch of those. So I have a lot of them made in here as well. Okay, so I'm just going to show you in my little bin here the keychains that I've made. So I did make some leggy frogs. I know these were really popular and I think they still are because I was trying to think of some small cute animals that I could add and sell. So I did make 3 of these so far because I was trying to think of an animal that would be the right size, you know, not too big and not too small. So yeah, I made some three of those, and then I have more turtles in here. This one was my very first one. I was trying to find like a good pattern. This one ended up being just a little bit too big for a keychain. I'm still going to sell it, still going to bring it, but it's just a little bit bigger. I like these size of turtles much better. So yeah, I have lots of turtles. And then I thought I would make some like citrus keychains as well. These are so quick to make. They do not take long at all. So I'm still trying to decide how much I want to put on these. I'm going to just bring a few green ones, but I think most of them are just going to have orange and yellow. And then I'm going to bring turtles and the leggy frogs. I was thinking the animals, I would put $12 for the keychain. I feel like that would be a good price. The frogs take a little bit longer. The turtles are very quick, maybe about, I don't even think quite 15 minutes without adding the keychain. The keychain does add a little bit more time. So there are the keychains. So I'm going to hopefully make a whole bunch of them. The keychains that I ordered came in a pack of like 50 total. So my goal is to get 50 keychains. I feel like I can do way more than that because these don't take long at all. So I was thinking about having like a whole bunch of these as well. I'm going to price these for like maybe $8. And then, yeah, I just think that the citrus ones are really cute. So I'm just trying to keep it very simple, you know, with what I want to bring, but just adding some new products as well. And then speaking of, I did order this on Amazon. It came in yesterday. So this is, I think, how I want to display my keychains at the market. We'll see. Yeah, I'm just trying to see because I want to have a whole bunch of them. And then maybe get another one just for the citrus ones. I'm not sure. Or maybe I'll just lay the citrus ones out. I don't know. We'll see how I want to display them. So that is the new item that I'm bringing, the new product. So, well, yeah, I've never brought them before. We'll see how they do at this market. I did end up buying new yarn. So I did go to Michael's because I wanted to get some green yarn for the frogs. And they didn't have any green yarn, but they did have, or the green yarn that I wanted of the, you know, Bernat or whatever. But because I didn't want them to be too big, because if I use Bernat, they'd be pretty big. But I wanted like a good size for a keychain. But they had this, it's a worsted weight. It's their like slim chenille or slim or skinny chenille or something, but it's just like a worsted weight chenille. So I got two to hold it together. So I held those two together to make this size, and I think it ended up being perfect. I used a 5mm hook. So yeah, I think the little frogs are really cute. So I'm gonna try to have a whole bunch of frogs, turtles, and then citrus keychains. So my goal is to use at least all 50 and then maybe make even more than that. I don't know. And then maybe I'll get a second one of these twirly things. They're kind of expensive. I think I paid 20 for that, which is kind of a lot for me. So I don't really feel like making or getting another one. So we'll see how I want to display them. But I've got time. I've got like 3 weeks to figure that out. Now that I've been talking your ear off, Ava's still kind of stirring, but she's laying down. I am going to, I think I'm going to make a cat. I think I'll just do a black cat, get that out of the way, have all the cats made for this week so I don't have to worry about it. And then any extra time, we'll see how Ava's nap goes, then I'll make some frogs as well. So that is the plan for nap time today. Another one, so I was able to cross it off of my list. I'm gonna put this away, and then I'm going to start making some leggy froggies. So I'm gonna try to get maybe 2 made real quick. They take about 15 minutes each, give or take. No, I would say 20. They probably take about 20. I don't know. The arms and legs take a little bit, and then because I'm working with 2 strands, that's like double the ends to weave in. So it's not like the most fun, but it's easy, simple enough. It's just more kind of monotonous, but that's you know, part of it. So I'm gonna try to make 2 of those, and then I really kind of don't want to crochet. I know that I need to because like this is kind of the time while Ava's sleeping to get things done, and if I have the time, that's what I need to do, because there are some days where Ava doesn't nap or we're busy or I don't get as much done. So in the times that I have a little bit more time, I really need to utilize it. But to be honest, it's Monday. I'm tired. I don't feel like crocheting, but I'm gonna try to get at least 2 done. I really just want to read. Honestly, I just want to sit and read and zone out and not have to worry about anything. But this is just part of it. This is part of running, you know, a small business, doing markets. So this is the back end of it, of doing all the work that I don't want to do, because when the market's here, I will be very glad that I made things that I didn't want to make. So I'm gonna try to crank out a couple of those. I'm, you know, chatting because I'm procrastinating, but let's get some made. The pattern that I'm using, it's a small leggy froggy crochet pattern. It's Celestial CB crochet. Celestial CB crochet. I did purchase this one. I know that there are so many of them, and I didn't know which one to get, so I just picked up this one. So it works just fine. Let me get a few of these made. By a few, I mean like 2. Okay, so I have 2 little leggy froggies made. I have all these ends to weave in. Working with 2 strands of chenille yarn, it's not super fun because it's slippery if one misses out, especially I'm using a 5mm hook, so if one slips out, or it's just a little bit more, and this project itself is a little bit more annoying, but the end result is cute. I think they're really cute. So yeah, I'm gonna weave in these ends. Ava's kind of stirring, which is fine. She took, it's been a little over an hour, so I'm gonna try to talk quietly, which is fine. So I can cross off at least 2. Well, technically they're not finished because I have to put the keychains on top of it. I couldn't find my needle nose pliers. I think I got rid of them when we moved out here, and I haven't had a use for them, which is I think why I got rid of them. But they're really good for attaching the keychain. So I found a pair in my husband's toolbox, but like it's not a good pair. It doesn't have like a spring to it, so you have to kind of like maneuver it. And it's too bulky, and I don't want to like ruin the yarn. So I did use that to attach the first few that I've made, but I did order some on Amazon. They're supposed to get here yesterday, but they're delayed, so they said maybe by tomorrow it'll come. Who knows? Amazon is a whole thing out here. So I'm going to wait till those come in to attach the keychain. So technically they're not done, and I'm not going to cross it off until the keychains are attached. But I might just kind of like start making a pile and just do like an assembly line kind of thing and just attach all of them at the end. But we'll see. But for right now, I'm going to go and attach all of these ends. Happy Tuesday, everyone. So it's a little bit after 12 o'clock. Ava's down for her nap. This is actually like the 3rd time I've tried to film this update. My words cannot come out. I'm just tired. So long story short, I get up a little bit after 5. I make coffee. I, take my time. I sit down. I kind of like, I was going through Amazon, just like random little things. I sit down to crochet the dinosaur levy, which I did finish just now. thankfully. But I did get this started this morning, and then like, I don't know, 6:30, Ava wakes up and she wanted a snack, and then she wanted a drink, and then she wanted to play, and then she, all the things. And I was like, you need to go to bed, because she actually went to bed relatively later, like maybe 8 last night. So I was like, you need to get some sleep. Because she's normally been getting up around 8 to 8:30, sometimes 8:45. Her sleep's all over. If you've been following along the past couple of weeks, she is fighting her naps hard. She can't quite make it the full day without being too tired. But when she takes a nap, then her bedtime is pushed back. So all the things, I'm just trying to figure out like what works for us as a family, what works is best for her. So anyways, 6:30 she's up, and I'm like, what? Why are you up? So I tried to do everything to put her down. My husband was up, and so he was like, helping her and trying to like, rock her to sleep. And so finally at like 7, I'm like, you need to go to bed, because she had a dentist appointment scheduled. And at the time of the dentist appointment would have been, I needed to wake her up so she could get breakfast and get ready and we can get out the door, because it's a little bit further away. So I was like, you need to go back to sleep so I can wake you up so we can go to the dentist. So I put her back down at 7. She's like tossing and turning for like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. And she's just like awake. She's like, I'm up. And so I like left her in there a little bit more, and she was up. And I was like, okay. So I get her up. She's very tired, not grumpy, but just tired. She's up. I like go make breakfast, and then I'm like, hey, well, we gotta get ready to go to the dentist. So I'm upstairs. I'm putting some makeup on. And the dentist calls me, and they're like, hey, we're down an assistant. Can we reschedule your appointment? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And so we rescheduled it towards the end of the week. But I was like, well, now we're up and like ready. And I don't know, it was just like a rushed morning that ended up not having to be rushed. If I had known the dentist was going to be rescheduled, I would have tried to put her back down to sleep. But it's all okay. So we did end up going out to Joann's, because my husband's like, we should still go somewhere. Like, you're ready, you're, all ready to go. Like, go do something fun. So we drove out to Joann's, and per usual, or not per usual, but as expected, they didn't have any yarn, which was fine. They did have a lot of Big Twist plush, like some pinks and browns, but I don't really like that yarn, and I don't really like need any yarn right now. So I was like, I'm not gonna get it just to get it. So I didn't get that, but I did get these here. So these are those collapsible crates. So I did end up getting 3. It's kind of like a watermelon color. Like, it's not red, but it's not pink. It's kind of like pinky orange. So I did end up getting 3 of those. So I did actually order the small ones from Amazon that are actually coming today, but they did have the big ones. I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and get them. I might have saved maybe $1 or $2 getting them at Joann's than Amazon because of the discount, but without the discount, Amazon is definitely much cheaper. Yeah, I did end up getting 3 of them because I want to store like yarn and stuff, and maybe like half-made projects, or my half-made keychains or something. And then the small ones, I want to do like all of my notions, I guess, like safety eyes and needles and just random things like that. So I'm just going to try to like organize all of my stuff. So that was a success. We went and got coffee, so I got a chai. So I'm working on that. It's cold, it's almost gone, but it's still delicious. So now that I'm here, I finished up the lovey. I'm trying to decide what I want to make next. I am definitely tired. I mean, what else is new? But I'm more tired just because of all the morning's events and getting up early, and then just like, yeah, it was just one of those mornings, which is to be expected. We all have them. But I'm looking at my list of things that I need to make, and then kind of what I want to make. Honestly, I want to just kind of zone out for a little bit. So I think I'm going to make just a lot of like chicken bodies. I got this yarn. I think I showed it to you. I got it. When did I pick this up? I don't even remember. The other day. But I have this one that I'm going to make, and then just plain white for the chicken bodies. So I might just try to do like 5, and then honestly like maybe lay down. Maybe not. We'll see. I might just try to crank out a few just chicken bodies, and then I'll like put it all together like when they're all made or something. I don't know. But I might do that for a little bit. Hopefully Ava takes a good long nap. She's definitely very tired. By the time I got home, she was ready for a nap. So it did take her a little while to settle down and go to sleep. I am going to, I think, just crank out some chicken bodies. Okay, it's only been like a little bit of time, but my husband had this office chair. So we don't have an office in this house. So the house we moved from, we had an office in addition, but so my husband gave up his office when we moved. He doesn't really need it. He doesn't work from home. So, you know what, it worked out just fine. So this is our extra bedroom that has turned into so many different things. It was initially, or I say so many, two things. It was initially Ava's playroom, and then I turned it into like my craft room, book room, all the things. So yeah, so yesterday I put this table here. I'm debating whether or not to get like a permanent desk, because they make like small ones. Because this is 4 feet wide, but I could get like a very small one because I don't need this much space. So we'll see. But I was just sitting in like my plastic chair that I bring to my markets. We have had this out in the garage ever since we moved here, and I was like, let me just get a comfortable office chair, so at least it's being used. So I just literally just brought it up. It's very comfortable, but I think I need to force myself to go lay down. I was going to try to knock out some chickens, but I think I need to listen to my body and just go do some resting time, because otherwise the rest of the day will be a chore to get through. But if I'm able to get like 20 minutes of rest, I feel like that will really help with the rest of the day. I think it's just not in the cards for me to sleep today. So I did go to lay down, and I think I did kind of like zone in and out a little bit, which is good. I did let myself just kind of like shut my brain off and rest. But we have so much construction going on literally right behind us, so they were like just doing their construction thing, so that was very loud. And then like an hour after I put Ava down, she wakes up. She's up. She's like, Mommy, come get me. Mommy, come get me. And I'm like, okay. So I go in, and I realized like she'd only been sleeping an hour. And I was like, she needs a good nap today. Like she needs a nap. So we rocked and read books and, you know, all the things. So I put her back down, and she did go back to sleep. But now I'm up and I'm hungry. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just go ahead and get lunch started. So I came downstairs. I'm having pasta for lunch. I'm just keeping it extremely simple and easy. But I thought I would just start crocheting down here while I'm waiting for Ava. I'm going to turn on a YouTube video and then just get lunch made so it'll be ready when she wakes up, and just make it through the day. It's a good day. Like, I'm not having a bad day. Like, this is a good day. I'm just so tired. It's just one of those, I did not get much sleep last night, and I'm feeling it today. I can feel like a headache coming on. I'm just like, oh my goodness, I don't know. It's just one of those days. But this is just a very realistic days in my life as a mom, prepping for a market, running a household, doing all the things, being a wife. Yeah. I'm just gonna watch a YouTube video and crochet. I brought down some yarn, so I'm just going to try to make a whole bunch of chicken bodies. I'm hoping Ava sleeps for at least an hour. It would be ideal. Let's do some crocheting and try to get some productive things done and made for this afternoon. And tonight I'm going to bed early. close to 8:30. Ava's starting to kind of stir up a little bit. My husband's fixing his hair, so you might hear the blow dryer, but he's getting ready for work. So we're just like, you know, hustling, bustling, and getting the morning started. I got up maybe about 5:45 this morning. So I did end up going to bed early last night, and I'm so proud of, oh, I just dropped the iron. I am so proud of myself. So I got to bed at 8 something. It was definitely like 8 something. I did a little bit of crocheting, and then I was like, let me do a little bit of reading. And then I fell asleep, and I did not wake up all night long, and I just woke up on my own this morning. Like, I didn't have an alarm set or anything, and I was like, I am feeling good this morning. So I did get a little bit of some crocheting done. I did half of a stingray, which I think I showed. I did finish up a market bag. So over here, these are the bins that I got yesterday from Joann's. So I have 3 of them, and so the very bottom one has some half-made chickens. I ended up making 4 chicken bodies yesterday. Yesterday was, it was a survival day. Not like it was bad. There's nothing bad about the day. Ava was great. It was just lack of sleep for everybody. And so I was definitely feeling that yesterday. So Ava, I think, ended up sleeping maybe an hour yesterday. And so I did not get, I don't remember what all I said yesterday, but I didn't get a whole lot of sleeping. But I did end up making 4 chicken bodies. So I'm just going to make all the bodies and then put them all together in one go. That's what is in the bottom bin. The middle bin has keychains that I need to attach the keychains. The needle nose pliers, it did come in yesterday, so that's good. And then this top bin, I have my market bag that I finished up this morning. I did end up selling all but I think 1 at the last market. I didn't even have them displayed. Like, I didn't think they were going to be an item that would sell, so I'm going to make a whole bunch of them and then try to display them cutely. I'm still trying to decide how I want them displayed. And then this is the half of the stingray, and then I did start a little bit of the white body. But then as I was crocheting, I got a notification on my phone that said I had a library book due in 2 days, and I haven't even really started it. And it's the newest Emily Wilde book, and I couldn't renew it because it'd be like 6 months of a wait. So I have 2 days to read it. So I had already started a little bit, so I did have a little bit of it read. I need to go get Ava. So I paused my crocheting and did at least an hour of reading this morning, which is great. So I'm going to try to get that book read between today and tomorrow. So the crocheting might be a little bit less. We shall see. I'm going to go get Ava. Okay, so it is now afternoon, Wednesday. Ava's down for her nap, so hopefully she sleeps. We were at the park all morning with our friends. She played very hard, so either she's going to be too wound up to sleep or she's going to go right to sleep. Right now, she's just kind of talking to herself. I got myself a sparkling water. I'll probably make coffee later today. I feel like I am okay on coffee right now. I think I said this morning, like, I feel very rested today. Like, yes, I feel tired, but I feel just very rested, which is such a great feeling. It's not very common, especially like being a mom and then also trying to run, you know, a little business and markets and stuff. So I just feel like I'm always tired. So the fact that I did get a good amount of sleep last night, I feel very excited about that. So with that being said, I'm going to try to really utilize Ava's nap time today to just get a lot of things done. Like I said this morning, I do have a book that is due back at the library. It's either due Friday or Saturday. I'm going to check. It's due in 3 days. So it's day Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it's due like 6 a.m. Saturday. I think it says like 6:28 or something. But I'm going to try to get it done today or tomorrow. I need to finish up the stingray that I had started this morning, so I'm going to do that. I also need to work through my yarn, and I will show that in just a second. But I think I'm going to have to go yarn shopping because I am really using up a lot of my yarn, which is such a great feeling. I do still have a lot, don't get me wrong, but I feel like each skein is allotted for a project, so I think that's really great because then I know what that yarn is for, then I can use it, and I can work through my yarn stash quickly. When we were at the park this morning, they had a little free library, so I did get Ava a book and I got me a book. Obviously, I didn't have any books with me, so I need to go through my books to pick one to bring and then pick one for Ava to bring back. But this is what they had. This is a brand new copy. It like hasn't even been read. So this is the first Wheel of Time book by Robert Jordan. The Eye of the World, and this is like an epic fantasy series. I think there's like 14 or 15 books. I don't know if it's a continuation, like I don't know if they're still writing them or if they're done, but it's like an epic fantasy book series. It's been in the back of my mind, but like a long time would I get to it. But they had it there, and I was like, maybe I'll pick it up and just like spend the summer reading like a crazy high fantasy epic series. I don't know much about it. I really don't know much about it. I just know that it's a beloved best-selling series. I know that there's a show about it, so I'm not sure, but I was very excited to find it. So now I have to find a book to put back in the little free library. I feel like that's either going to be very easy or very hard because, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see if I can find one to put back. I feel like Ava will be easy to get one. Like a book that she doesn't like or something, but for me that's really hard to find a book. I feel like every book I have is one that I want to read or that I have read. I'm looking at all of my books, so I need to do that. I don't know if we'll go back to that park today. I mean, it's just down the street, but I don't know if we'll go back today. This is hard because all these books I want to read. You know what, here's one, maybe this one, A Stranger in the House. I read it and I enjoyed it. I don't think I would ever read it again. I might see if my sister wants to read it, like if she has any interest. Otherwise, maybe this would be a good one. It's hard because all of my books, I went through all of them before we moved, so I feel like they're all like ones that I want to read. Here's another one, The Maze. I picked this up at Goodwill. I don't know honestly if this is something that I think it's just like a crime detective sort of book. Oh, you know what? This is book 6. I just saw this is book 6 in his series. They might be like standalone, like detective standalones, but they're all maybe connected. So I don't know if this is something I would actually read. So maybe I'll do this one. I don't know. One of these two that I'll put back. I mean, I could bring both. I think for sure this one I'll put back in the little library, and then I'll pick one out for Ava, and then we'll go bring those back. But I was just really excited for that book find. So that said, I'm going to finish up the Stingray now and then read after. And then I need to clean up my craft room, organize, keep working through all of my yarn. I was getting it out this morning. I'll just go ahead and show you. So yeah, like I said, I was just getting it all out of my yarn cabinet here. So this down here is full of scraps. This is mostly like Parfait Chunky, and that's what I'm going to use for my turtle keychains. And then over here, this little like flowery bin is full of scraps. And then I have some more Parfait Chunky up here. So all of that is going to be for my turtle keychains. I have like just a couple random like half skeins in that cabinet. And then over here, I'm going to make a cat out of this one. And then depending on how much yarn is left, because cats don't actually take up too much, I might make a dinosaur, but it's going to be a new dinosaur pattern. Crochet Grove, I think is the name. She has a new pattern releasing on Friday, I'm pretty sure, that I've been really excited for. So I might make a dinosaur out of these two, and then possibly another one. Maybe this pink one will be for, I might do like a pink stingray, honestly. These greens are what I'm making the frog keychains. This is for chickens, and then that white one is also going to be for chickens. I'm going to make another dinosaur lovey, and then I think I'll make a dinosaur from the new pattern. I don't know how much yarn it's going to take, so you know, depending on how much it takes, maybe I can get, you know, 2 out of a skein. I'm not sure. Up here, this is more just like acrylic. I do have a little pink blanket yarn. Up here I have some white that will be for baby sharks, and then the green behind will be for a stingray. And then I have a few more skeins down in here. I have a green, maybe I'll do a dinosaur. I have a yellow, and then I have another one that's going to be for cats. So yeah, every amount of yarn, that's all the yarn that I have. Oh wait, over here, just kidding. So over here, this is my turtle yarn. So this is all the yarn I have left to make my turtles. So I can get at least 1 out of this, maybe 2. This is the Fluffy Flex that I made some turtles with. And then I have just 3 skeins left of, oh, what's this one called? Big Twist Posh. So I'm going to try to get a couple turtles out of those. So yeah, that's all the yarn that I have left, and it's all allotted for my stingrays. I definitely need more white, so I definitely need to add some white to my yarn buying list. And here, the yellow and the orange, that's going to be for a chick lovey. I have a couple skeins. I have 2 skeins left of black. I already made a black cat. Maybe I'll do another black cat, maybe a black dinosaur. We'll see. So yeah, I do feel good that all of my yarn is like allotted for. I did have to buy new safety eyes for my turtle keychains. I just had a whole bunch of these, well, a whole bunch, not too many, of this size, and I have no idea what size they are. So I ordered a 9mm. I'm hoping, I mean, if they're a little bit bigger than this, that's fine. 12s would be way too big for that size. So I'm hoping that 9 was a good pick, because I have no idea. Something too that came yesterday, I had mentioned how I ordered the small collapsible cubes from Amazon. Of course, they're much smaller than I was expecting. I don't know, I could have just measured, but I didn't. So I ordered, and it came in a pack of 6. So you can kind of see here I have them, you know, I haven't organized all of this yet, but I just put like my crochet hooks, and you know, it's gonna be kind of just like random things. And then in here will be, which I think I showed, I have like chickens I need to finish, keychains I need to finish, and then some like half finished projects kind of thing is what I'm thinking. So I think that's going to be good to just kind of like organize everything in here. And then obviously all of the yarn is going to be allotted for, so I'm feeling really good about this market coming up. I feel like I'm getting a lot of things done, and I feel really good. So with all that being said, I'm going to crochet this stingray, get it made. Ava's not quite sleeping yet. I can kind of like hear her just like talking and singing in her bed, so we'll see how her nap goes today. I did write down, I feel like every day I'm always writing down like changing up what I want to make and when kind of thing. So these are some things that I want to get made, and then like I'm feeling really good about this market. So okay, time to go work on this stingray. Okay everyone, so it's only been a little bit of time, but I did finish up the stingray. So this one is done. I love this blue variegated look. I think this one's really pretty. I feel like this color is going to sell the most. I can get 2 per skein, so I'm going to make another one at some point. Ava is not sleeping. She has been in there for a little while. She has just been talking, singing, all the things. She's not going to nap. That's okay. Maybe she'll nap later today, or we'll do some resting time or something. We'll figure it out. But I feel good that I did get that stingray done, so I can check that off that I made that. Actually put it up in the finished basket. So I need to get another blue, these bags that I use for my markets and stuff. So every time I like make so that's where I keep all of my inventory. So I need to get another one from downstairs to start putting my things in, because I've been filling up. I have 2 filled up. One is from last market still, so it's like half full. So I'm gonna go through it, kind of like clean out the things that didn't sell, that probably won't sell, or that I don't want to bring, like that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna do that at some point, clean up my room, all the things in here that need to get done. But all that to say, I'm gonna go ahead and end out this video. I have a feeling it's a pretty long one. I did only take you through 3 days, so today's Wednesday. I'm gonna try to get this video out. I'm gonna try tomorrow. I'd love to have, you know, my weekly vlogs being a little bit more consistent, but I just kind of do what I can. My motto in life, do what I can when I can. That's just what I'm saying, especially like with crocheting and all the things. So I'm gonna actually end out this video here. I hope that you enjoyed. I really do appreciate you watching these videos. If you made it this far, thank you so much. If you did enjoy, go ahead and hit that like button. You can also feel free to comment down below or hit subscribe if you are not subscribe. My chair is a little squeaky if you can hear that. So I have a really good game plan with all of the yarn that I need to use. I do need to go yarn shopping to get some more white yarn. I could order that online. We'll see what I do. I don't need it today, but probably at some point this week we'll go out and pick that up. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to leave you here. Again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.